How to use the mace in Minecraft 1.21. The mace is a new weapon in the Minecraft 1.21 update that increases the amount of damage a player can do based on how far they have fallen. There is no limit to the amount of damage that can be done with this weapon. The crafting recipe is a heavy core and a breeze rod crafts a mace. The mace is in the 1.21 update. To get them currently, you will have to turn on the experiments. If there are any changes, I'll do an updated video. How to use the mace in Minecraft. Let's start with the basics on how the mace works. The base damage of a mace is 6. This is the same as an iron sword. It can be used as a melee weapon, but it does way more damage with falling. Also, it doesn't have the enchantments as a melee weapon, so it is less effective than an axe or a sword as a melee weapon. Now let's go through how to increase the damage you can do with the mace by understanding the smash attack. The smash attack will be activated when the player falls more than 1.5 blocks and hits a mob. You can hear the sound effect when this happens. The damage will be 4 blocks per block fallen when you hit a smash attack for the first 3 blocks. The next 5 blocks will give you 2 damage per block. After that point, you will get 1 damage per block. This makes the mace most effective from 8 blocks up, and you still will do damage at higher heights, but you will be capped at 1 damage per block. Also, mobs within 2.5 blocks of a mob that was hit with the smash attack will be hit with knockback. The next part is the critical hit. This is when you hit a mob when falling. This can be seen when there are small star and cross-shaped particles that fly out of the target. You can usually perform this attack by jumping and hitting a mob when you are jumping down. When you are using a mace and doing a smash attack, you should be doing a critical hit at the same time automatically without thinking. The critical hit damage is added into the amount of damage per a block fallen. Also, another factor is the negation of fall damage you take, meaning you won't take fall damage if you hit a mob with a smash attack. It'll basically reset from the point you hit the mob. This means you will still take fall damage if you miss the mob or if you still fall far after you've hit the mob. You probably will want to have feather falling enchantment on your boots that will reduce the amount of fall damage you take just in case. Two other things with the mace is that there's a cooldown of 2 seconds, so it is a lot slower than the other weapons in the game. It won't do a smash attack if it is in cooldown. This is more meant so you can't spam attacks with the mace. The other is that the mace won't work with Elytra flight. Now let's go through the 3 new enchantments that are specific to the mace. The first is the density enchantment that increases the damage per block fallen, increasing by 0.5 per level. The maximum level is 5. At level 5, it increases the damage by 2.5 per block fallen. This can increase the damage done with the mace by a lot. This enchantment is available through the enchanting table, the villager trading, and fishing, so it should be easy to get. The next enchantment is the breach enchantment that reduces the effectiveness of armor by 15% per level. The maximum level is 4. At level 4, it will reduce the armor effectiveness by 60%. This would be useful in PvP against other players or mobs that have armor. This enchantment is available through the enchanting table, villager trading, and fishing. The last enchantment is the wind burst enchantment. This enchantment will emit a burst of wind like a wind charge when you do a smash attack. The strength of the wind burst increases per level. The maximum level is 3. Also, the wind burst does not negate fall damage, so you will take fall damage. What this enchantment will do is launch the player upwards and knock back mobs surrounding you. This will be useful as you can use it to launch yourself in the air, then chain attacks against mobs, or if you're being attacked by a large amount of mobs, you can knock them all back. This enchantment is difficult to acquire as the only location to get it is through the ominous vaults in the trial chamber. I'll have a card on the top right on how to get the windburst enchantment. The other 3 enchantments that can be put on the mace are the Smite, the Bane of Arthropods, and the Fire Aspect. Both enchantments will increase the amount of damage by 2.5 per level. The maximum level is 5. Bane of Arthropods does damage to arthropod mobs, and the Smite does damage to undead mobs. Of these 2 enchantments, I would go with the Smite as there are more undead mobs in the game, and the Wither is an undead mob. The Fire Aspect has 2 levels and lights a mob on fire. It does 3 damage at level 1 or 7 at level 2. The amount of damage is based on how long the mob is on fire. Let's talk about the incompatible enchantments. The Density, Breach, Smite, Bane of Arthropods are all incompatible with each other, meaning you can only have one of these enchantments on the mace. mace. I think the best one is the density as it increases the damage. Breach might make sense in PvP, however the other two enchantments are mob specific, so they don't make as much sense for the mace. Lastly, let's go through the durability of the mace and how to repair it. The mace has a durability of 500, with it losing 1 durability when it is used. The mace can have Unbreaking and Mending enchantment placed on them. The Unbreaking enchantment will have a maximum level of 3 and reduces the possibility of durability being used when the mace is used. Mending will repair the durability of the mace with XP. To repair the mace, you can combine 2 maces that will add the durability together and give a 5% bonus in the crafting grid or the grindstone. The mace can be repaired in the anvil with breeze rods, adding 25% durability. Putting it through the anvil will add the prior work penalty, which will increase the enchantment levels each time you put it through the anvil. In conclusion, this weapon is insane, especially the amount of damage you can do. You can one-shot any mob in the game if you fall from the right height. Not to mention the enchantments that increase the amount of damage. The mace is the best part in the 1.21 update, and this is definitely a weapon you'll want to use.